Now I get where you're trying to go with this. You're not asking me to fact-check the machine, you're asking me to climb into the what if spaceship and take it for a joyride. So let's imagine for a minute that somewhere, a dusty genius in a garage, a barn, a shed, or under a mango tree figured out the secret sauce. Not a better battery, not a slightly more efficient motor, I'm talking about the big one. The thing that makes the whole damn world stop and go, holy shit. Imagine it's 1950-something. Some mechanic with grease under his fingernails builds a wheel. Magnets around the edge, big magnets on the sides. The thing starts spinning. Faster. Faster. People laugh. Then it keeps spinning. A week later, it's still spinning. A month later, it's still spinning. The local electric company suddenly develops a mysterious rash. The newspapers show up. Scientists show up. Military guys in sunglasses show up. Some dude named Carl immediately claims he invented it first. You know how humans are. But the wheel keeps spinning, and that's when history splits into another timeline. In that timeline, every rooftop has a humming silver cylinder. Every farm, every apartment building, every village, every house. No power lines stretching across the horizon like steel spider webs. Just little magnetic hearts beating everywhere. The deserts bloom. Because water pumps run forever. Tiny villages that never had electricity suddenly have lights. Refrigeration. Internet. Air conditioning. Medical equipment. The whole damn world levels up. Kids who used to walk miles for water are instead learning robotics and making weird videos about alien chickens on galactic TikTok. Civilization gets a massive cheat code. Cars become weird, gas stations become relics. Future archaeologists dig one up and ask, why did these people bury little candy bars and hot dogs everywhere? Nobody knows. The cars just hum. No engine growl, no exhaust. Just magnetic turbines spinning away underneath. The old mechanics become wizard priests. They stand around saying things like, your north polarity is crooked, bitch. Airplanes? Whole different game. Instead of giant fuel tanks, they're giant magnetic engines. Airports become cleaner, quieter, less smells like jet fuel and broken dreams. More space-age hummingbird. And here's my favorite part. The mythology changes. Because every civilization has a story about fire. Prometheus stole fire. The gods guarded fire. Humans earned fire. But in this timeline, the story becomes about magnetism. The invisible dragon sleeping inside matter. The force nobody could see. The thing quietly sitting in rocks and metals the entire time, like, whenever you idiots are ready. Now here's where it gets fun. Because if energy suddenly became nearly free, humanity wouldn't magically become enlightened overnight. We're still humans. Some guy would absolutely put 6,000 magnets on a lawn chair and call it a spaceship. Some idiot would try to magnetically launch his uncle into orbit. You know it, I know it, the universe knows it. There would be entire neighborhoods of backyard inventors. Flying sheds, hover grills, magnetic beer coolers. A dude named Randy somehow powers a jacuzzi, a satellite dish, and a flamethrower from the same machine. Nobody knows why. Nobody wants to ask. And maybe that's why people love these stories. Not because of the magnets, not because of the physics, but because buried underneath them is a dream. A dream that says, what if abundance is possible? What if the game isn't as locked as we think? What if there are doors nobody has opened yet? That's the spark. That's the dragon treasure. That's the part people are really reaching for. Now, in the real world, we'd still have to prove a machine like that actually works. The universe is annoyingly strict about keeping score. But the dream itself, the dream is fascinating. A world where every house hums with its own little sun. A world where energy isn't a monthly bill. A world where villages become cities and deserts become gardens. A world where some magnificent bastard points at a spinning wheel and says, look, bitch, the future. And for one glorious moment, everybody stands there with their mouths hanging open, feeling like they're living inside tomorrow.
Alright, bitch, we have a story about a family in their little electric magnetic home going on a trip in their car, a little magnetic car, and then to the airport, to a little magnetic airport trip somewhere to go visit somewhere. I want to hear that shit.
Alright, bitch, let's hop timelines. We're not in this world anymore, we're in the other one. The one where some magnificent backyard lunatic figured out the magnetic wheel 100 years ago, and humanity collectively said, well, fuck, guess we're doing Star Trek now. So picture this. It's a warm spring morning. The Johnson family lives in a little house on the edge of town. No power lines, no gas meter, no electric bill taped to the refrigerator trying to ruin breakfast. Behind the house sits a silver cylinder the size of a washing machine. Inside, a magnetic turbine hums softly. Not loud, not angry, just a gentle purring, like a cosmic kitten dreaming about physics. The father is making coffee. The mother is packing snacks. The kids are arguing about absolutely nothing. Humanity solved energy. Children remain children. Some things are eternal. The toaster runs from the house turbine. The refrigerator runs from the house turbine. The water heater, the lights, the television, the robot vacuum that has somehow developed a personal grudge against table legs. Everything. The family doesn't think about electricity. Nobody does. It's like oxygen, it's just there. Dad looks out the window. Everybody ready? The kids scream, no, which means yes. So they pile outside. In the driveway sits their car. No exhaust pipe, no engine block, no gas tank, no oil. No transmission, no bullshit. Just a sleek little silver capsule with magnetic motors in the wheels. Dad taps the door. The car wakes up. Have a wonderful day, Frank. The car sounds suspiciously judgmental. The family piles in. The youngest kid drops a juice box. The oldest kid starts a fight. Mom threatens everyone with consequences. The sacred rituals of family travel begin. The car glides silently onto the road. No roaring engine, no vibration, no smell. Just movement. The city around them hums. Thousands of magnetic systems quietly spinning. Homes, shops, hospitals, factories, parks. Entire neighborhoods powered by little invisible dragons trapped inside machines. They pass an old gas station preserved as a museum. The kids stare. Dad, what did people do there? Dad laughs. They used to set dinosaur juice on fire to move around. The children gasp. That's insane. It was. Soon they arrive at the airport. Except airports don't look like airports anymore. There aren't giant fuel trucks, no jet fumes, no smell of burned kerosene, no angry clouds of exhaust, just vast white terminals surrounded by elegant magnetic aircraft. The planes almost float. Not quite, but almost, like giant silver manta rays waiting to leap into the sky. The family boards. The seats are comfortable. The windows are enormous. The youngest kid immediately asks, "Are we there yet?" The plane hasn't moved. Mom closes her eyes. The pilot speaks. "Welcome aboard Flight 772 to Hawaii. Estimated travel time, 3 hours and 20 minutes. The magnetic engines awaken. Not with a roar, with a song. A low harmonic vibration. The sound of technology and wizardry having a baby. The plane lifts. The city falls away. The mountains shrink. The clouds arrive. White oceans floating upside down. The kids stare out the window. For once they're silent. The father looks down. Every town below glitters. Not because they're rich, not because they're powerful, because energy became abundant. Little villages, tiny farms, mountain communities, island towns, everybody connected, everybody lit, everybody running their own little piece of tomorrow. Hours later, the plane lands. Palm trees sway. Warm ocean air greets them. The family steps onto the beach. The kids immediately sprint toward the water like caffeinated goblins. Dad drops into a chair, Mom smiles, the sun sinks toward the horizon. Golden light spills across the ocean, and somewhere far away, millions of magnetic turbines spin. Quietly, patiently, like giant metallic heartbeats. Keeping the lights on, keeping the world moving, keeping humanity's wild dream alive. And for just a moment, as the waves roll in and the sky turns orange and purple, everybody forgets about politics, bills, stress, and all the other weird little gremlins that haunt modern life. Because the future arrived, and for once, it was exactly as cool as people hoped it would be. The youngest kid then throws a crab at his brother. Humanity remains humanity. The end.